Founded by public school teachers, Educators for Excellence is a growing movement of 25,000 educators united around a set of values and principles for improving student learning and elevating the teaching profession. E4E is an organization where teachers come together to identify issues that impact their classrooms, create solutions, and advocate for policies and programs that give all students access to a quality education. Our next guest serves as the founding executive director of Educators for Excellence in Boston and is a proud product of public education herself. We now welcome Sarah Zuckerman to Urban Update. Great to have you here, Sarah. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Wow, now this sounds really, really interesting. Educators for Excellence, it's a national organization started in 2010, was
That's
it?
Right.
2010, launched their Boston efforts last August. What made you choose Boston as a new site?
There's so many great things happening in the city of Boston. I mean, so much excellence here. A district that is doing innovative and great things, a teaching force that has incredible caliber, and a group of teachers who really wanted us to be here. So we thought this felt like the right time and the right city for us to be in Boston.
Wow, okay. Now, as you know, there are many nonprofits in Boston that focus on education. What makes your organization different?
Well, we work directly with teachers, and we organize and mobilize teachers around the issues that they see top of mind in their classroom. We work with both district and charter teachers, and we really bring them together to solve the challenges that they see every day in their schools. I think what makes us different is that we are 100% teacher-driven and teacher-led, and we really are looking to uplift the voices of educators who are doing this work every day on the front lines.
Okay. Now, the first issue you've chosen to focus on is trauma in the classroom. Why that issue, and I guess how can teachers sort of help and have a role in breaking the cycle of trauma?
That was really the issue that our teachers determined was the one thing, if they could work on something this year, that was something that they saw as highly impactful for their students. Every day, students show up in our classrooms, and we might be the first or second adult who they've seen after having a challenge. Actually, the research shows that 2/3 to over half of students have actually had traumatic experiences in their life, and we know that schools can't do everything, but schools can be a really important part of the solution in breaking the cycle of the effects of trauma.
And bringing those problems of trauma into the classroom obviously is going to be a hindrance to learning.
That's right. What that looks like in the classroom is a student who might seem withdrawn or agitated. These challenges are often either overlooked by teachers in schools or sometimes turn into punitive discipline. So a student who already is struggling at home may come in and have disproportionate discipline dealt to him or her. So we really think that adults have so much power. I mean, the teacher who's in the classroom every day is the single biggest impact on students.
And when you say trauma, you're talking about really anything that can be bother a child coming to class, whether it's domestic violence at home or violence in the street or anything, I suppose even divorce, anything. You're talking about anything that's traumatic at all?
That's exactly right. Students come to school every day with an invisible backpack of all of the things that are top of mind for them, and they carry these experiences with them. And so our job as educators is really to support students both with their learning and their social emotional development.
Now, we often hear that teachers are overworked and underpaid. Why should teachers take the time to do this extra work? And in your view, I mean, is it extra work for them?
I think teachers have such a responsibility and have so much excitement around making sure that what happens in their classrooms and to their schools is driven by them. Teachers have tremendous power every day in their schools, and we want to make sure that their voices are taken into account anytime there's any decision that affects children in schools.
Okay. Now, how do you recruit teachers to this group, and sort of what kind of feedback have you gotten in Boston?
We've had a really warm welcome here. Teachers are excited to leverage their voices, excited to learn, excited to work with teachers from across the district and with charter teachers. There's really a great desire to dig in and do this work together.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, what are some of the other issues that your organization has looked into advocating for?
So, when people join our organization, they sign on to our Declaration of Principles and Beliefs. And this is a document that really guides all of our work. So we will never work on an issue, one, that teachers didn't select, and two, that doesn't fit within these guideposts. So that looks like an issue that prioritizes student success first, an issue that elevates the teaching profession, and issues that focus on equity, frankly. That's something that our educators really want to work on, and something that we know we can get better at in our schools.
I understand you started out you were an art teacher for 10 years in Indianapolis. How did your journey bring you here to Boston?
That's a great question. Well, before I was an art teacher, I was a student in public schools. And the school I graduated from actually had some real challenges. And at 17, I found myself with my first son, who's now a big college guy. And it was this moment of realizing that I could do something about the challenges that I saw as a student. Every child wants to succeed, and every teacher wants to do good work. And so we really want to help our teachers do that work in any way that we can.
And just a note on how the mechanics of how your organization works. Do you have teachers in for seminars, or do you go into the classrooms yourself? How does it work?
We do a lot of different things. We bring teachers together to network and learn. We have panel events where teachers are featured and really guiding and leading the discussion. And we organize and mobilize teachers for advocacy events. So working with their elected officials to show them what happens in our schools and how we can do better. Speaking to the press and helping them understand the challenges in education.
And a parting thought that you'd like to leave everyone with about what you do and your mission?
We have a tremendous opportunity. Children are ready and want to do well, and teachers want to do well. And so let's listen to the people who work with kids every day and make sure that their voices are a non-negotiable part of any decision that affects schools.
Okay, and we can remind our viewers once more about just how to get information about this. Where would they find it?
We're actually having a really exciting event on May 4th, so you can go to our website, e4e.org, and learn more about our upcoming events there. Those are open to the public, and we love to have folks join us.
Okay, Sarah Zuckerman with Educators for Excellence in Boston. Thank you for coming in, and good luck with the program.
Thank you so much.
Okay, coming up next, an initiative that addresses the lack of food students from low-income families face when school is not in session. The details are right here on Barnett.